big changes to the cornerback list this year compared to last year. I mean, there's four new corners that have made the list, and it's really good for the game. It's really good to see players definitely coming in, younger players stepping up, and honestly becoming a big contributor to the game. And number 10, it's going to be AJ Terrell. AJ Terrell, 26 years old, 5 years in the league, 4 years, $65 million. Last year he was honorable mention, and deservedly so. He's a young corner, definitely came into Atlanta, has been producing, just not to the high level standard that we're used to. It took him a while to really transition, but he really put it together this year. 17 games played, 66 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 2 interceptions, 6 pass deflections, targeted 81 times, 65.4 completion percentage on him, 4 touchdowns that he allowed, 587 yards allowed, 236 yak allowed, and he blitzed 1 time. No accolades. I do believe he is a Pro Bowler type player, and I do believe that he's going to continuously have a good year throughout his career in the future. I believe he's going to have a really good year next year, and obviously Atlanta just does keep getting better and progressing, and he is a pretty underrated guy on the secondary for this team. So, yeah, watch out for AJ Terrell this year. Number 9, we also got a new guy here, Byron Murphy Jr., man. Last year he was honorable mention. Definitely made a tremendous increase in production this past year with a very, I would say, very surprising Viking team. I don't think a lot of people really thought the Vikings were going to be looking this good, man, but they were, and the defense definitely showed with a really good DC on their side. I mean, Byron Murphy, I feel like has definitely played to the potential that we thought he can, and he definitely can. So, and that's earned him obviously a lot of money now. So overall, Byron Murphy Jr. flying on the list definitely explodes this year. Definitely has things to improve on, but he's had a pretty good year. 27 years old, 6 years in the league, 3 years, $54 million with the Vikings. Played 17 games, had 81 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, 6 interceptions, 14 passes deflected, 1 forced fumble, targeted 119 times for 65.5 completion percentage, 4 touchdowns allowed, 852 yards allowed, which is a lot, 312 yak allowed, blitzed 4 times. The one playoff game, he had 3 tackles, a tackle for loss, targeted 2 times for 50 completion percentage. He did have 5 yards allowed and 9 yards after the catch allowed. He was a Pro Bowler. He was third in interceptions, and he was 10th in pass deflections. Overall, he's a monster. Very physical corner. He just needs to stop allowing so many yards. Obviously, stop allowing that many completions. But again, it's just part of the game and getting better. But he's been great. We got Tyreek Woolen, also known as just Reek Woolen. Yeah, he was 7 last year. He dropped a spot basically because there have been some insanely great corners this year, and they've just been, looking at the stats on a bigger level. I feel like I've gotten better as time has gone on in terms of actually analyzing players and whatnot. I have to say that definitely came into account for me. And, Tariq Woolen still had a great year. Yeah, he definitely has the potential of being uh, a solid number 1 in Seattle. Obviously, he's been doing a great job there. And I do believe the mentorship and the change of having Mike McDonald as your coach, who's a defensive minded guy from Baltimore. I mean, that definitely brought some inner dog in him, I think. Reek Williams, 26 years old, 3 years in the league, 1 year, $5.34 million left on his rookie deal. He had 15 games that he played, 46 tackles, 3 interceptions, 14 passes deflected, 1 forced fumble. He was targeted 68 times, had a 52.9 completion percentage, which is pretty good. 5 touchdowns allowed, which needs to improve. 401 yards allowed. 135 yak allowed. Blitz 6 times. He had a QB hurry. So, again, he was able to kind of be diverse with his position. He was 10th in pass deflection. So, overall, great year. Seattle, again, they have a great culture of having secondary. So, Tariq Woolen being here, no surprise, no shock at all. At number 7, we got Denzel Ward from the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, he jumps up 1 spot because of the production and the ability of him just being so underrated. He is one of the most underrated corners in the league. He doesn't get talked enough about, but he's made himself a staple corner 1 there in Cleveland. He's the new Joe Hayden, where you just expect greatness, but like the greatness is always there, but no one sees it. It's overshadowed by the bigger players. But Denzel Ward is definitely a fantastic player that definitely deserves this credit. Number seven, I think, is a good spot for him. Obviously, there's just a lot of good corners in the league, but Denzel's been great for so long. 28 years old, 7 years in the league, 3 years, $54.57 million. 16 games that he played, 49 tackles, one tackle for loss, one QB hit, two interceptions, 19 passes deflected, one forced fumble, one fumble recovery. He was targeted 77 times, 54.5 completion percentage. He gave up four touchdowns. He had 716 yards allowed, which is, I think, high for him. 256 yards after the catch allowed. Blitzed three times, one QB knockdown. He was a Pro Bowler, and he was also first in pass deflected. Yeah, he's a machine. He definitely is great one on one. Definitely needs to lower that yards allowed though for receivers, but there's a lot of them, and he always goes against some of the best, if not the best, in the game. So Denzel Ward, a lot of credit for him. He's playing in a really tough division. Yeah, he deserves his honor. Number six, I got Marlon Humphrey. Last year he was all the way to nine. Definitely believe that he's had moments of pure struggle at the position, and I mean, I'm a Ravens fan, but I can admit that he's had sometimes that covering issues and whatnot, but he really did turn it around this year. I got a good friend named Ryan, gives me a lot, a lot of hate. Obviously, he's a Steeler fan, so it's normal, right? It's one of the actually it's the best rivalry in football. I'm biased, but overall, Marlon Humphrey, a lot of hate from him all the time. But I don't think Ryan can deny that Marlon Humphrey definitely had a better year this year than previous years. I mean, he was able to kind of lock and load. He's always been a physical corner. I think he's just been more. He's probably had some help from the defense, from the secondary, and I get that, but he definitely seemed like he played a better ball this year for sure. Marlon Humphrey's 29 years old, 8 years in the league. He's got 2 years, $37.2 million. 16 games that he played, 67 tackles, five tackles for loss, four QB hits, half a sack, six interceptions, one touchdown in that interception, 15 passes deflected, two forced fumbles. He was targeted 96 times, 60.4 completion percentage, 556 yards allowed, three touchdowns allowed, 229 yards after the catch allowed. He blitzed 23 times. He had three QB knockdowns. In the playoffs, he played two games. He had eight tackles, a QB hit, was targeted four times, 75 completion percentage, but he allowed 29 yards, and he also allowed 13 yards after the catch, no touchdowns. He blitzed six times. He had a QB hurry, and he had a QB knockdown. He's a first team All Pro. He was third in interceptions, ninth in pass deflections, second in interception touchdowns, return for touchdowns, and a Pro Bowler. So yeah, he had a really great year. Definitely turned it around. I definitely believe number six is a good fit for him. Obviously, I'm not going to give him too high of a number, even though he's a first team All Pro guy. I just want to see what he's going to do next year and if he's going to continue to have the success that he had this past year. So I think number six is a good fit for him, and yeah, Marlon Humphrey is overlooked for sure.